Hello and welcome back to the Irresponsible Comic Book Podcast. My name is Evan. I am the producer here. I am here with Wildcard William and our resident expert Dylan. We are here to talk about Peacemaker, episode 6. It's titled Mirn After Reading. And all their titles kind of have that little wordplay in there, which I really like. It's the same thing that Rick and Morty does, and it's really good. But we start off the episode with Mirn revealing his true identity as a butterfly, but not to the entire team, just to Adebayo, because the rest of the team kind of knows.
Yeah, they already knew.
I think
I'm not listening.
yeah, that guy's great.
Most of them, they all knew. They're like, yep, we knew. We knew after when he had that impact on the explosion.
Yeah, it made sense because that's exactly what I was thinking. Is that he was, I don't know if I said directly that I thought he was a butterfly, but I was pretty certain that I said that.
Yep.
Back in episode 1 or episode 2. I'm sorry. 3. Was it 3 when they? I think it was episode 2. Was it? Regardless, I think I said it way back when that first explosion happened. I was like, yeah, no, he's gotta be a butterfly. He just blew up. Literally, and he was unfazed by it. That's the same sort of human strength that we've seen all the other butterflies use. So he has to be. Turns out that's exactly the case, and just like I picked up on it, Harcourt picked up on it as well. Shoshi knew, Economos knew. I don't know if she just told him straight up. But
he probably did, or he probably was there or something. Who knows?
I think he just knew,
or he just knew, and he just didn't want to know. Regardless, he just literally put his fingers in his ear to forget about it.
He's like, nope, not here. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, and Adebayo knew after she X-rayed his head, and so we get a very new team dynamic, and one that leads to a very funny moment pretty shortly after. They call Peacemaker and Vigilante to bring them in, and they kind of. All of them know, especially Adebayo, and they all feel very guilty that, Chris does not know this. So Peacemaker just is out of the loop. Vigilante's out of the loop, and he's like, "You guys aren't telling me something. I know you guys aren't telling me something." He's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about. You're a fucking idiot." And he's like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "Yeah, you and Vigilante are idiots." And he's like, "No, we're not. Look at him." And he points over at Vigilante, and Vigilante goes, "All right, guys, guess which one is me and guess which one is Eagly." Fucking hilarious. And he just, he does a little flappy thing, pretends to be an eagle. I think
innocent boy.
When he said that line and when it happened, I was like, oh my fucking god, that was so dumb. I hate it. But the more I think about it now, I just love it because it just fits the story.
It's a character.
Too perfect. It's literally who Adrian Chase is in this world. He's just an idiot kid who likes to kill people because he thinks it's fun. So it's just what it is.
Speaking of liking to kill people, Peacemaker doesn't want to fucking kill people anymore.
Yes, that's one of the weirder revelations. It's some form of PTSD. He keeps having those. We've seen his little flashbacks to what happened in the Suicide Squad where he got shot and him killing Rick Flagg.
Which should never happen.
And Rick Flagg basically just spitting in his face going, "Peacemaker, what a joke."
Yeah, so he thinks his whole life has become, he essentially just believes Rick Flagg and rethinks his entire life and his purpose.
Well, he in the movie he said he really respects Rick Flagg.
Yeah, that's right.
He looked up to Rick Flagg. Yeah. And then so he had to kill
a war vet hero.
Basically the person that he looked up to, his mentor.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's really been messing with him because he didn't think Rick Flagg was a bad person.
No, he did not. No.
He was following orders, and then now he's realizing that maybe following the orders of these people aren't necessarily the biggest thing in his life, and he wants to try to be a good person.
Yeah,
correct.
It's also more so his false ideals. I think it is partially the lack of faith in the government and that, but it's also his own ideals. He was being told that what his actions were doing were to create peace. And I mean, he believed it a little bit, but he also like he wasn't convinced into it. You know, he was sort of pushed by Waller and be like, "Hey, this is the right thing to do. Like, we need to do this mission to, you know, keep the world peaceful." Is her pitch to him, and he goes, "Okay, sure, it sounds about right." Not because it's, you can tell his with his development that like it's not just other people pushing him around anymore. Like he understands. He understands now.
Yeah.
Which I really
also,
like.
for the record, Waller didn't tell Peacemaker to kill Rick Flag, just like to make sure the thing that this does not go to public to the people.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like because of that wording, he took it as do whatever possible to stop that from happening.
Yep.
And he took it as that needing to be killed to kill Rick Flag.
Yep.
Correct.
Well, he was a threat to it. And I think there was also, in that altercation, to talk more about the Suicide Squad a little bit, but it was like, Rick Flag said, that's going to get out one way or another. He didn't say, like, you have to kill me, but, like, I'm going to make sure, he's saying, like, hey, I'm going to make sure this gets out. So, Peacemaker felt kind of, I guess, like he had no option there, and that's what he had to do. So, pretty grim circumstances in his own eyes. And after recovering from a coma and being shot and everything that went down in this series so far, he's just kind of going, dude, I don't trust any of these motherfuckers. Fuck this shit. So,
I mean, that's why he kept Goff alive.
yep, 100%.
Goff.
And
that really bit him in the ass.
yeah, let's talk about that. That's the WTF moment of the week, is Goff breaking loose and taking over the captain's police captain's body. Sophie's body.
Sophie Song. Yep.
She.
Well, no thanks to a vigilante who tried to. I don't know what the hell he was trying to do.
Well, I guess it was kind
Wasn't
of a
he
smart
jumping
idea.
from tree to tree, all nimbly bimbly like? But he wasn't doing it nimbly bimbly like, and fell.
No, he's an idiot.
Yep.
He's an idiot. Yeah, he fell off the tree.
I'm surprised he didn't kill Goff when he landed on the jar, and the jar could at least squish Goff or something, you know?
Yeah, it's
He had plot armor at that moment.
Goff had plot armor. Yeah. I also love that they call the bug Goff, even though it's not in Goff anymore. Up until and I think they're probably still gonna call it Goff, even though it's in Sophie. It's just gonna be pretty.
Which
funny.
we still don't know his favorite color could be teal. You know, we don't know.
Shit, we don't know. Will we learn? Let's actually flip a coin on that. Do we think?
Yes, let's do it. Let's go with this.
Heads or tails? Heads being that we find out what favorite color is of his, or we don't. I say we do. I say heads.
I say we do. Yeah. Let's do it.
I wish I had an actual coin to flip.
With James Gunn, it's probably like a good chance that he does. By the way, my favorite color is teal.
Yeah, I can totally see that in the monologue speech, because we know Goff already enjoys doing a monologue speech. We saw it, you know, in the interrogation scene where he's like, "I'm gonna cut his toes off." He's like, "No." Like, there's a big old spiel there about how you shouldn't be doing this and that and whatever. So there's gonna be a monologue. I can clearly see it happening. Like, I can hear it going. Yeah, you know, actually, my favorite color is teal.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be hilarious.
I just kind of like, what is the butterflies like whole thing? Because like Goff like is clearly trying to like take over the world through, you know, doing whatever they're doing.
Well,
but, like, he was trying to have a conversation with Peacemaker and Vigilante was really just like being stupid about it and like, you know, coming up with the teal questions and stuff.
Yeah.
And like Peacemaker was trying to be like smart and like yes or no questions, like, and like Goff was gonna answer, like, but now Goff wants to kill Peacemakers, like, spoiler for the end of the episode, but like,
well, so
he makes a freaking army of police officers out of the butterfly brethren.
Yeah. Well, I think we are due for one more big twist Would you agree?
I'm gonna let you know. Like, I'm gonna tell you the next 2 episode titles.
Yes, go for it.
Stop dragging my heart around.
Yep.
Okay.
I knew that one.
And It's Cow or Never.
Mm-hmm.
So Stop Dragging My Heart Around is definitely going to be, their mission to, or not their mission, but the White Dragon.
Yep.
Coming in and having a heart-to-heart with his son, aka trying to kill his son.
Yeah, he's gonna kill him.
And I think that's when we'll have, like I said, I think in the first breakdown that we'll have.
I think so. Yeah.
Some form of altercation between the cops and the butterflies, or not the cops, the white supremacists and the butterflies.
Cops, white supremacists. Same.
Cops are now the butterflies. So white
the butterfly
and butterflies
Yep.
are all going to be.
Yep. I agree with you as well, but I feel like I'm a little bit on the other side because I think I think we're mostly gonna see his father just him use the White Dragon boot and just cause havoc on maybe they will help. I don't think they will be on the front line yet, but who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows if his White Dragon henchmen and henchwomen are gonna be in the front line, killing everyone as well.
Yeah. We don't know. I didn't actually watch through the end of the episode after the credits to see the trailer for next episode.
You got to.
I think it's kind of important probably, but I kind of skipped it, ran out of time whenever I was watching it. Can you guys explain?
I didn't watch the trailer either, so.
Oh, okay. Did you watch it, William?
What you guys? I did. You always do.
Explain it to us.
You guys.
And,
I like to go into it not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah,
so
exactly. That's kind of how I felt too. I just was like, damn, this is gonna be good.
It's like we do the same thing when we watch Marvel movies. We always wait for the post credit or mid credit scene.
Well, the thing is,
but the show's been so good that I want to go into it not.
It is.
Yeah.
Expecting to see something.
It's like I wouldn't go to Infinity War.
They don't show big major spoilers saying, okay, this is what's gonna happen. They just show there's like a mini clip saying, what this could happen in the thing.
They just show the somewhat. They kind of just tease the whole plot of what's gonna happen though. Usually. Oh no, he disappeared on us. We can't even know.
Yeah, his mom said.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yep, I'm back.
So what actually goes down in the trailer? If you can explain it to us briefly.
Without too many spoilers.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much sets up. Well, not to make spoilers, but the preview of the trailer pretty much says that he's gonna. There's a bit of a scene where he finally confronts his
son.
He confronts Chris, and Chris is like, "Dad, what are you doing here?" And then he pretty much just says, "What I should have done a long time ago." And then it looks like he gets ready to. His suit looks like his suit powers up and throws flamethrowers from his hands, which is actually pretty cool.
That's sick.
I mean, he is a dragon, so
he is a white dragon. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So
it looks like in the preview of tomorrow's episode. It looks like I think he knocks down the truck, or maybe one of his henchmen knocks down the truck. It looks like they knock down, and that's when he comes in and confronts him.
Interesting. Okay. So he knocks down their RV that they're in or whatever?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's him and Vigilante. I need to see Eskimo or the other crew there as well.
Interesting.
Eskimo.
Economos.
Economos, whatever.
Eskimo boy.
Clip it.
That's his new name. Eskimo. I like it.
That's gonna be his nickname.
Okay. Interesting. So there's gonna be an altercation between Chris and his father. That's pretty clear. I do think we're in for one big twist at the very end, or even at the end of this episode. I don't necessarily know if I don't know how to feel about Mirn, essentially.
True.
I think that there is a possibility. Now, I'm not going to say this is exactly going to happen, but I'm going to say that this very likely could happen, because if I don't say it and it does happen, I can't come back and go, oh my god, I got it right.
You heard it here first.
Exactly.
Folks. Remember, he's the first one to say it.
There seems to be a disconnect between Judo Master's belief in the butterflies, what they're actually doing, and how Goff has approached it all. So up until they're confronted, I mean, they're obviously taking human hosts, and that's been deemed not good, and that they shouldn't be doing that. And Mirn has this whole plan to take them out, and he says that he's the only one who was against their plan. It just feels like there's enough to be a double cross from him. That
Correct.
maybe the butterflies are on Earth to get Mirn, and that he's like some sort of war criminal or has done something horrible to the butterfly that is in Sophie, and they're there to stop him from causing more harm, or for him to serve a sentence or something like that. And he fled to Earth, and they just happened to follow him, and they've been trying whatever they can to find him, and he's been elusive. Taking the host, he said that the person he took over was a murderer. He could have just taken over any Argus agent, and that the reason he's running this task force is because he like found out about these butterfly invasion things. He's like, I need a team. And Amanda Waller's like, how did you find out about this? I don't trust you. Because he's acting different because he's a butterfly now. And I can just see it all happening. And that's why she sent in Adebayo to spy on him, because this mission is off the books for her and she doesn't understand anything that's actually going on, and it's happened too fast. I could see something like that happening. And so I've thought about it a lot, and I'm like, it could happen, but it feels like that's a lot to break down in 2 episodes when it's already moved so fast to like kind of just shift everything towards him being the bad guy and him using the rest of the team to try and manipulate each other.
Correct. No, I mean, I mean, there's a little bit of a disconnect, I guess, but like, it seems like Mirn is the best of the butterflies.
Yes.
Yeah.
From our point of view so far, yeah, it seems that way. Correct.
It seems that way, yeah, at least. So like maybe it's a pretty DC thing to do. He's a villain on the run, and the butterflies came in after him.
Yep.
It's a pretty DC thing.
Yeah.
It's a compelling story as well. I don't know if we'll get that, but like there is a very good chance that is somewhat of the case.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like Mirn was already on the like shit list of these butterflies, and he's already tried to stop it on a different different homeworld.
Yeah.
And then they follow him here, maybe, but
there's a chance. Yeah.
He's more of like a radical activist.
Yeah.
Of a butterfly.
Could be.
It's just hard to tell because all of them are so emotionless and don't care that it's when you're like, okay, well then who's the bad guy here? Like the person that does seem to care?
Well, Mirn's getting like some form of emotions.
Yeah,
like we've seen that.
He's shown a personality. He can show anger. He can show mostly that's the only feeling he shows actively that we've seen.
Is anger.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I guess you could say a little bit caring.
Something.
Yeah, but like you're still seeing human emotion. At least, I mean, they're able to show emotion. So for him to be called, it does add up if like, hey, you know, he's the guy who cared enough to be like, hey, you can't do that to these people, but then was forced to like take a human body so he could try and stop them because he knows he's not strong enough as his butterfly self to stop them. Like it kind of adds up, but it's also like I could see it flop the other way.
He found Mirn out on a mission because I think Mirn was already an Argus agent.
He had to have been, and that's why he calls him a murderer because that's kind of Argus's MO is murdering people who.
The murderer is also a merc as well, so let's not forget about that as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like Mirn had just joined them because he was wanting to kill people. And he figured, why not do it in a professional fashion instead of just becoming a psychopath?
Yep.
And killing Lante.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, we only have 2 episodes left. We just got to wait and see how well this series ends. Overall, we're all loving it, right?
Yeah.
I think we'll get more answers on Cow or Never.
Yeah, I think that's when
about
everything
Murder
kind of.
than we will on Stop Dragging My Heart Around.
Yeah, this episode feels like it's going to be pretty contained to the conflict between Chris and his father, and that's something that has to be resolved. It's been building up since the very beginning. I mean, obviously the whole butterfly story is unraveling the whole series as well, but more so like in between those two characters, that has been the forefront because it is Peacemaker's show. So that kind of has to become resolved, and it's been a lot of like metaphors about can you really break off from family and what really is family for Peacemaker. Like Chris has had to learn what family is again for himself. So I think that James Gunn's done a fantastic job. Like
absolutely,
everything is
absolutely
great. I can't come up with like one complaint. I thought my biggest complaint so far was like, oh man, that line that Vigilante said about him being eagly is so stupid. Like there's no way he'd actually say that. And then like the more I just think about it, I'm like, yeah, no, you know what, he fucking would say that. It's like there's nothing I can look at this show and go, okay, they did that wrong. Everything's been, not to say perfect, but like everything's just been good all around.
Exactly.
A very well-rounded, great show.
There hasn't been no like messed up, no choreography or whatever. Nothing. Yeah, it's been great.
Absolutely. I do want to revisit another sort of thing that we talked about for like half a second. I brought up was Judo Master. Do we see him at all in these next 2 episodes?
I believe we do see him in the trailer. I believe he was in the trailer for next week for tomorrow's episode.
Okay.
I think he runs into Adebayo in hardcore, I believe, because I think Adebayo's finally under pressure where she says she can't do this no more.
Yeah.
She wants to quit.
Wait, so Adebayo shooting him dead doesn't actually make him dead?
Well, no, they kept him alive.
Yeah,
they kept him alive after,
he was back
they
on
shot
the
him.
dialysis machine, homemade dialysis. So he
Good
survives
job, Economist, I guess.
Yeah, he did a good job.
No, Eskimo.
Eskimo.
Yeah, Eskimo.
Good job, Eskimo. See, yeah, so I think that he's going to have some sort of information against... the thing is like that one line that he gives me just makes me feel like that could turn the whole group on Mirn, because whatever he knows about butterflies, it just seems like could just shift the entire spectrum, like the whole show. Because like he started this line and we're like, oh man, what was he gonna say? And then we learn so much more about the butterfly dynamic once we find out Mirn is a butterfly. So it's like, okay, there's some more development that like is not, it doesn't need to like push to that direction. Like they don't have to force it with like a one-liner before somebody gets shot. Like they leave it ambiguous. But then whatever the butterflies are, like he knows what they're there for. Like he's worked with them. He's their security person. So like he's gonna have some sort of insight that's gonna break the show a little bit. Not like it's just gonna reveal some things, especially if he's running into Adebayo and Harcourt. Like he might be like, no, this is what the butterflies really are. This is what they do. That guy, he's a shitty person. The guy you're working with, they've been trying to find him. Something like that. And I think that's why I'm so set on that theory that he could be trying to just flee from his own form of government and take this position of power in an agency that has a lot of weapons and resources for him to stay safe. And he attempted to assassinate Goff to maybe get them off his back.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's why that was their first target. I mean, I don't know, but it kind of adds up when you put those pieces together in the way I did. So,
correct.
Peacemaker, I thought you didn't have a bed. I just keep thinking about the diary.
Oh yeah, but you didn't have a diary. Yeah. Oh, let's actually talk about that. Because the diary kind of opens up the gates of hell on Peacemaker, and the cops and anybody really is allowed to try and turn him in because of what he's done. And all that evidence was planted The one thing that I guess
Adebayo.
it's by Adebayo, but more so by Waller. Which does
Well,
that's the one piece
Adebayo, I
that's,
think, did it to tell Peacemaker what was going on because nobody was telling Peacemaker what's going on, and she felt bad about it. So she made the like she took the mission briefings and stuff and put it into a diary and hid it in Peacemaker's house to try to tell Peacemaker what was going on. But of course, Peacemaker doesn't clean his house.
well,
No.
I think she was there to plant evidence. The way she like didn't know where to put it.
No, she was trying to put it somewhere that it was like hiding enough
But like
that
I
people
don't.
wouldn't regularly find it. But like if Peacemaker just cleaned, he would find it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like in the book, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't actually know. But I want to say when the sheriff guy was reading the diary or like doing the press conference, talking about what was in there, he says it describes Peacemaker and how he killed Annie, the girl, the first butterfly girl.
Yeah.
So I think that it was specifically planted by Waller, or like for whatever reason, to get him locked up. And obviously it's shifted from like the butterflies having it and like being able to use that to their advantage versus like the cops just knowing about it. Like that's the weirdest piece that doesn't really make sense to me, is why was the diary there? It's not just like a plot device to be like, oh, plant this diary here. Like there's something bigger, I think, going on that doesn't really, because it just doesn't, that's not something Waller just does. Like Waller's pretty calculated for the most part.
Or maybe it was Mirn.
Yeah, I guess it
was Waller's idea for the diary. Waller sent.
Yeah, Waller
texted
him.
out about saying, you know, plant the diary in Peacemaker's trailer.
Yeah, she goes, "Did you drop the diary off yet?" And she goes, "No, not yet." And then she goes, like, "You need to do it soon," or something like that. So like, I don't think that Waller is like working with the butterflies in any way, and that like they knew that this stuff was gonna happen. I think that like Waller planted it to maybe get him back in Belle Rev and back under her control more specifically than Mirn.
Maybe.
I just really don't know. Like that makes maybe the most sense, is like she wanted him locked back up so that she could control him because she doesn't trust Mirn, and then once he's out of the picture because he's a big threat, that like everybody can be dismissed and it doesn't matter what happens to Mirn or the butterflies. She doesn't care because I mean, I don't know how well she knows Mirn. We don't know anything about his backstory other than that he is a butterfly and that he took over a guy's body who was a murderer. That's it. That's all we know. And even though we thought we were gonna, I mean, I expected that we were gonna get big answers when we found out he was a butterfly this week. We didn't.
No.
So,
Hopefully we'll probably get a little bit more maybe tomorrow, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to find runtimes real quick of these episodes, and
oh gosh,
I see this little article snippet that says like the reception. It's the reviews alligator website Rotten Tomatoes reports a 94% approval rating on the average of 7.7 out of 10 based on 7 reviews. The website critics consensus reads, John Cena still in solid form as Peacemaker, leading a bloody good time. Blah 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 blah. Metrics give it a weighted average score of 69 out of 100 based on 24 critics.
Very good.
Nice.
That's perfect for this show.
It's like, of course they would, you know, give it a 69.
Realistically, it should be like closer to like an 8 or a 9 for a lot of people, I think. But
I think for critics, like they're just kind of like nitpicking.
Yeah. Because they know better.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's got an 8.4 out of 10 on IMDb and a 94 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's pretty good.
88% on liked on Google user TV show rating thing.
Yep.
Like,
that's all really good. 80,
so overall,
80 to 90%.
Good ratings for the show so far.
Yeah.
All right. Final say, guys.
I'm trying to think if there is anything else we should bring up about the episode. I don't know if anything in particular that we missed. Oh, I do. The piano. The piano.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, the piano.
That was literally just John Cena playing the piano. he missed a note in the middle of it or towards the end, and I was like, wait a minute. It's literally just a shot of him playing the piano.
Mm-hmm.
For no reason, really. Just to have Vigilante come in is like, what did he even say? I forget. Just something about, wow, that was really good.
John Cena was playing the piano, and then that's when Vigilante came in and was like, dude, I thought you didn't have a diary.
Oh,
that's
literally all it's for. It's just a scene for him to play the piano to fill some time in, like, and it's
the song that he was playing had meaning for the episode.
Oh, what was the song?
I can't remember the song, but like the lyrics were basically like.
I did recognize the tune. Let's look up what song that was really quick, because I do remember the tune. I was like, wait a minute, that sounds sort of familiar towards the beginning of it. But then again, a lot of songs sound the same, especially on piano.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, no rush.
Take your time. I got dinner waiting, though. I got food waiting.
Oh, no. Let's see. So, gives the viewers more information about the butterflies and explains Clemson Murs, blah, 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 blah. He plays Home Sweet Home. It's plays a cover of the band's 1985 Motley Crue's Home Sweet Home.
Okay.
Not bad.
So let's find Motley Crue Home Sweet Home lyrics.
The man doing his work. We love to see it.
You know that I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away high so I wouldn't come home low. Just when things went right, it doesn't mean that they were always wrong. Just take this song, and you'll never feel left alone. Take me to your heart, feel me in your bones. Just one more night, and I'm coming off this long and winding road.
Wow.
I'm on my way, home sweet home. Tonight, I'm on my way, home sweet home. You know that I've seen too many romantic dreams, up in lights, falling off the silver screen. My heart's like an open book for the whole world to read. Sometimes nothing keeps me together at the seams.
Wow.
I'm on my way home, home sweet home. Tonight, I'm on my way. Just kind of continues from there.
Wow. So it's like a...
But it's basically saying like he's trying to change and he's lost and he's like wanting people to see him for who he really is.
And he plays that right after a heartfelt moment with Amelia, and he learns her first name because he's never asked. So you get a human sort of moment from him, and then you get to watch him play the piano, which you're like, wow, okay. I also just looked. The actor that plays Judo Master is credited for both the last two episodes, so he will be in both. So
yeah, obviously,
just to clarify that one.
Well, we got any more? Because it seems like William's biting at the bit to get some food.
He is hungry.
Yeah, my stomach is around here, boys. The wild card is hungry.
I don't think we got anything else. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening to this episode. We will see you next week with episode 7 of this show, and then we'll also be covering a lot of other stuff here in the near future, so stay tuned for all of that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment, let us know what you think about Peacemaker so far.
Watch our other videos as well.
And we have the rest of the videos in the series in the description somewhere. Cool. See you then.
Peace. Bye.
Goodbye.